When was the last time you really thought about fiber in your daily meals? Many people focus on protein or vitamins, but as we move past the age of 70, fiber becomes a key factor that can't be overlooked. Picture this. You go a day or two without much fresh produce or whole grains. Maybe you have a slice of toast for breakfast, a small sandwich for lunch, and some pasta for dinner. It doesn't seem like a big deal. After all, you've eaten some form of carbohydrates and maybe a small serving of vegetables. But behind the scenes, your digestive system is working harder than you realize. Without enough fiber, everything from gut health to nutrient absorption can suffer in ways that may not show up until you're dealing with unpleasant issues like constipation, discomfort, or more serious concerns like diverticular disease. That's why a growing number of gastroenterologists are raising a red flag. If you're skimping on fiber after 70, you could be setting yourself up for significant digestive troubles down the road. One of the biggest challenges seniors often face is the gradual decrease in appetite. It's common to eat less than you did a decade or two ago, sometimes skipping meals or choosing foods that are easy to chew and digest. While that might seem logical, especially if you have dentures, acid reflux, or other eating-related difficulties, it can lead to a subtle but steady drop in your fiber intake. Fiber isn't just about avoiding constipation. Yes, it helps move waste through your system, but it also plays a role in balancing gut bacteria, regulating blood sugar levels, and even influencing heart health. And if you're already on medications for things like blood pressure or cholesterol, fiber can actually assist your body in managing these conditions by promoting healthier digestion and nutrient absorption. You might be thinking, I've made it this far without obsessing over fiber. Why change now? The truth is, our digestive tracts become more delicate with age. The muscles that move food along can weaken, and the protective lining of the gut can become more vulnerable. So even if you haven't had issues yet, you're more susceptible as time goes on. Addressing your fiber needs can mean the difference between feeling bloated and lethargic versus feeling comfortable and energetic. It can also lower your risk of developing painful conditions like hemorrhoids, anal fissures, or even serious colon problems. So this isn't just about avoiding the discomfort of irregularity. It's about safeguarding your long-term wellness and independence. Over the next few minutes, we'll explore 4 critical insights that can help you transform your digestive health and overall well-being. You'll discover how certain misconceptions about fiber might be holding you back, learn practical steps to increase your fiber intake without drastic diet changes, and understand how fiber can boost both your physical comfort and your confidence as you go about your daily routines. These insights come from a blend of expert perspectives and real-life experiences from seniors who've turned their digestive health around by giving fiber the attention it deserves. I've spent years speaking with older adults about digestive issues, and time and again, fiber is the missing piece of the puzzle. By the end of our conversation, you'll have the knowledge and tools to take charge of your fiber intake in a way that feels realistic, satisfying, and beneficial to your overall health. As always, it's important to keep your healthcare provider in the loop if you have specific concerns or conditions. But for now, let's delve into why fiber plays such a vital role, especially once you cross 70, and how even small changes can lead to significant improvements. If you find yourself nodding along, or if you have a question that pops up, make a mental note. You might just discover the one tweak that transforms your day-to-day comfort more than you ever expected. Let's start by challenging a common assumption about getting older and the foods we choose. After all, the first step toward real change is often uncovering the myths that keep us stuck in less than ideal habits. A common myth many seniors believe is that fiber is only good for preventing constipation, and that if you're regular enough, you can skip those extra veggies, fruits, and whole grains. In reality, fiber does a lot more. Let me tell you about Edna, who's 78 and spent years thinking that bran cereal was something you only ate if you had serious digestive problems. She prided herself on not needing such foods because she believed her bowel movements were fine. But when Edna began experiencing sharp abdominal cramps and frequent bloating, she finally decided to see a gastroenterologist. She learned that despite not being noticeably constipated, her low-fiber intake was creating imbalances in her gut. The result was a gastrointestinal environment where harmful bacteria could thrive and healthy digestion was compromised. What many people don't realize is that fiber acts like a natural regulator for your digestive system. It's not just about pushing waste through, it also helps feed beneficial gut bacteria. When those bacteria are well fed, they help break down food more efficiently, produce vitamins, and protect the lining of your intestines. Studies have shown that a diet rich in fiber can reduce the risk of conditions such as diverticular disease, in which small pouches form in the digestive tract and can become inflamed or infected. This is especially important after 70, when the lining of your gut can be more prone to wear and tear. But how do you take practical steps without turning your entire eating routine upside down? Start by adding a simple side of steamed vegetables or a mixed salad to your main meal each day. If chewing raw vegetables is difficult, focus on softer or cooked options like sautéed spinach, mashed cauliflower, or stewed tomatoes. You can also try blending fruits into a smoothie. Using bananas, berries, or peaches can help you get fiber without feeling like you're forcing down a pile of raw greens. Another easy fix is swapping out white bread for whole grain options or mixing half white rice with half brown rice if you're not used to the flavor. These minor adjustments can make a noticeable difference in how you feel. Physically, increasing your fiber intake may result in less bloating, more predictable bowel habits, and a reduced risk of those sudden cramps that can ruin your day. Emotionally, it's reassuring to know you're giving your body the support it needs to function well. Many seniors report feeling more confident when they realize they're actively helping themselves avoid certain health pitfalls. And remember, you don't have to jump from zero to a high-fiber diet overnight. In fact, doing so can lead to gas or bloating if you're not used to it. Gradual changes, like adding one fiber-rich food a day, often work best. If you're thinking, I'm already on a restricted diet for my cholesterol or blood pressure, how does fiber fit in? The encouraging news is that fiber complements many common dietary restrictions. It can help manage cholesterol levels by binding to fats in the digestive tract, aiding in their removal from the body. As for blood sugar, soluble fiber can slow the absorption of sugars, which can help maintain more stable levels. Of course, it's always wise to speak with your healthcare provider about any major shifts, especially if you're managing multiple conditions or medications. Before we move on to the second crucial point, here's a quick reflection for you. How often do you truly notice the presence of fiber in your meals? Do you assume that a piece of fruit at breakfast or a bowl of soup at dinner is enough? Try observing your meals for a day, just as an exercise. Jot down how much fresh produce, whole grains, or legumes you really eat. That simple awareness might surprise you, and it could be the first step to making meaningful changes in your digestive health. Many seniors walk around with the belief that aging naturally means you can't handle fibrous foods. You might have heard friends complaining that high-fiber items cause them discomfort, or perhaps your own doctor once suggested limiting certain foods when you were dealing with an upset stomach. Let's explore whether that's always true. Consider Henry, 81, who had a few troubling experiences with high-fiber beans and lentils in his 60s. He felt gassy and uncomfortable after eating them, so he decided these foods were off limits. Over time, Henry cut back on all sorts of fiber-rich meals. Fast forward to now. Henry's dealing with more severe digestive issues, including chronic constipation and unexpected bouts of diarrhea. His assumption that fiber was the enemy turned into a long-term habit of sidestepping any food that could have kept his digestive system balanced. One big misconception is that your digestive system becomes too fragile to handle fiber after a certain age. Yes, it's possible to experience increased sensitivity, but this usually means you need to adapt your approach, not abandon fiber entirely. For example, beans can be made more digestible if you soak them overnight and rinse them thoroughly before cooking. Fruits like apples and pears can be peeled and cooked into applesauce or stewed fruit, which is gentler on the gut, but still provides valuable nutrients. If you're dealing with conditions like diverticulosis, working with your healthcare team can help identify specific fiber sources that won't aggravate your symptoms. What do the experts say? Gastroenterologists often recommend a range of fiber types, both soluble and insoluble, because each has a different benefit. Soluble fiber, found in oats, legumes, and certain fruits, can help lower cholesterol and regulate blood sugar. Insoluble fiber, found in whole wheat, bran, and many vegetables, adds bulk to stool and helps food pass more quickly through your digestive system. Avoiding fiber entirely can create a vicious cycle of constipation, bloating, and even nutrient deficiencies. Moreover, fiber isn't just about digestion. It helps you feel full and satisfied, which can be crucial if you're trying to maintain a healthy weight or manage portion sizes. Seniors sometimes battle unintentional weight loss or poor appetite, so fiber's ability to make meals more satisfying can be a hidden ally in keeping your energy levels steady. Practical implementation might look like this. If you're worried about gas or bloating, introduce one new fiber source at a time. Maybe that's half a cup of well-cooked lentils alongside your chicken or fish. Observe how your body responds. If all goes well, try adding a side of sweet potatoes the next day. Over a week or two, you can build up your tolerance. And if you do experience discomfort, it's worth investigating whether the culprit is really the fiber itself or how the food was prepared. Sometimes the addition of certain spices or dairy ingredients can be the real cause of gas. Addressing this misconception can empower you emotionally. There's a tremendous sense of relief in realizing you haven't lost the ability to eat fiber-rich foods. You just need a strategy. Mentally, it's reassuring to know that small, careful steps can help you reclaim foods you once enjoyed, from a hearty bowl of oatmeal to a comforting bean soup. As you regain trust in your body's ability to handle fiber, you also regain a measure of autonomy. It feels good to know you're not chained to bland, fiber-free options just because of your age. Now, here's a quick prompt to think about before we move on. Have you labeled certain foods as off-limits because of a single bad experience? Maybe it was a plate of broccoli that upset your stomach once, or a serving of beans that made you gassy. Reflect on whether that single incident may be standing between you and a healthier gut. With the right preparation methods and gradual experimentation, you might find you can enjoy those foods again, and in the process, drastically improve your digestive health. Another common belief is that fiber is mainly about your physical health and has little to do with how you feel emotionally. In truth, a well-functioning digestive system has a surprisingly significant impact on mood and mental well-being. Think about Irene, 72, who found herself frequently feeling anxious and depressed, especially on days when she was dealing with digestive discomfort. She felt lethargic, didn't want to socialize, and even canceled gatherings with friends because she was embarrassed by her unpredictable bowel movements and constant bloating. After a thorough checkup, her doctor advised her to incorporate more fiber from various sources, including legumes, fruits, and whole grains, while also recommending gentle exercises like yoga stretches. Within a few months of gradually increasing her fiber intake, Irene noticed not just improved digestion, but also a lift in her general outlook. She felt less worried about sudden discomfort or embarrassing symptoms. There's a growing understanding in medical circles about the gut-brain axis, the communication network that connects your digestive tract and your brain. A healthy gut, supported by adequate fiber, can influence the production of neurotransmitters like serotonin, which plays a key role in mood regulation. While fiber itself isn't a magic cure-all for mood disorders, it certainly contributes to a more stable internal environment, which can reduce overall stress and anxiety levels. Another aspect of emotional well-being is the sense of control that comes with managing your health. Many seniors experience a feeling of helplessness as their bodies change with age. By learning how fiber supports not just your digestive tract, but also your sense of comfort and routine, you reclaim some control over daily life. When you're not battling frequent constipation, gas, or cramps, you're more inclined to engage in social activities, maintain hobbies, and stay active. This can create a positive feedback loop. You feel better physically, which encourages you to do more, which in turn strengthens your overall health. How do you effectively harness this mind-body connection? Start small and stay mindful. Keep track of how you feel on days you eat a bit more fiber versus days you don't. Maybe write down a quick note in a journal about your mood, energy level, and digestive comfort. Over time, patterns may emerge. Perhaps you'll see that higher fiber meals correlate with more energy or fewer slumps in the afternoon. Or you may discover that eating fiber early in the day helps you feel better throughout the morning. Armed with this information, you can fine-tune your approach. On a practical level, consider variety. Emotional health often ties into how enjoyable your meals are. No one wants to eat the same bowl of bran cereal every morning. So experiment with colorful options like roasted bell peppers, sweet potatoes, lentil soups with herbs, or fruit salads with a sprinkle of nuts. These foods don't just nourish your body, they can also stimulate your senses and make meals more pleasurable. The positive feelings you get from a satisfying meal can translate into improved mood and less stress, which benefits not just your gut, but your entire well-being. It's important, though, not to swing to extremes. Overloading on fiber too quickly can cause discomfort, which might dampen your new enthusiasm. Balance is key, and consulting with a healthcare professional or nutritionist can help you tailor a plan that respects any medical conditions you have. Still, simply knowing that your digestive health and mental wellness are connected is empowering. It offers another reason why making small but consistent efforts to improve your fiber intake can pay off in ways that go far beyond just regularity. Before we move on, consider this. When your digestive system is out of sync, how does it affect your mood or your willingness to be social? If the answer is quite a bit, then the emotional dimension of fiber is something worth paying attention to. The next time you find yourself hesitant to try that new vegetable dish or an oat-based recipe, remember, you're not just feeding your stomach, you're feeding your overall sense of well-being. Now let's address another major obstacle, thinking that adjusting your diet for better fiber intake is too complicated or expensive. This misconception can stop many seniors from even attempting a more fiber-focused eating plan. A typical concern goes something like this. High-fiber foods are specialty items, or they take too much time and money to prepare. Joyce, who is 77 and lives on a tight budget, held that belief for years. She assumed that fiber-rich foods meant pricey fresh produce out of season or trendy grains she saw on cooking shows. Meanwhile, she was struggling with recurring constipation and uncomfortable bloating. After a single conversation with a nutrition counselor at a local senior center, Joyce realized she could find canned beans, frozen vegetables, and whole grain bread at very reasonable prices. She began making simple soups with lentils, carrots, and spinach, none of which broke the bank, and the benefits were almost immediate. Fiber sources don't have to be exotic or expensive. Beans, lentils, and chickpeas are often sold in bulk or in cans, and they're extremely versatile. Frozen vegetables can be just as nutritious as fresh ones, and they often come pre-washed and pre-cut, saving you time and effort. Oatmeal is another great budget-friendly option, and you can vary the flavors by adding fruit, nuts, or a drizzle of honey. If you want to include fresh produce, focus on what's in season or look for sales. Many supermarkets offer discounts on perfectly good but slightly misshapen fruits and veggies, and farmers markets sometimes have bargain bins. With a bit of planning, it's possible to incorporate more fiber into your diet without feeling a pinch in your wallet. Now let's talk about convenience. It's completely understandable if you don't have the energy or ability to stand in the kitchen chopping and simmering for hours. That's why simple one-pot or slow cooker meals can be a lifesaver. Toss in some beans, a grain like brown rice or barley, and vegetables of your choice with broth and seasoning. Let it cook for a few hours, and you've got a delicious, high-fiber meal that can last for multiple servings. Even if you prefer simpler options, you can rely on quick-fix items like whole grain toast topped with peanut butter and banana slices or a microwave sweet potato with a side of steamed veggies. When it comes to managing your health conditions, a fiber-rich approach can often complement your existing diet rather than complicate it. If you're monitoring sodium for high blood pressure, you can still choose low-sodium canned beans or rinse them thoroughly to remove excess salt. If you have diabetes, focusing on high-fiber carbohydrates can actually help keep blood sugar levels more stable. The key is to look at fiber as an ally that works with the foods you're already eating, rather than an inconvenient add-on. Here's another tip. Batch cooking. Spend a little extra time one day a week making a large pot of vegetable soup, a tray of roasted mixed vegetables, or a batch of lentils. Divide them into smaller portions, freeze some, and keep others in the fridge for easy reheating. This strategy ensures you have fiber-rich options on hand even on days when you'd rather not cook. And if you're not keen on prepping food alone, consider doing a group cooking session with friends or family. Sharing recipes and splitting the cost can make it more enjoyable and affordable. With these strategies in mind, hopefully you can see that cost and time don't have to be the barriers they might initially appear. Making an effort to include more fiber not only supports digestive health, but can also bring creativity and enjoyment back to meal preparation. The payoff is fewer stomach troubles, more energy, in a sense that you're actively contributing to your own well-being, rather than leaving it to chance. Before we wrap up these points, here's a final prompt. Think about one high-fiber meal or snack you could prepare using items you already have at home, or can easily pick up at an affordable price. It could be as simple as a can of beans mixed with frozen vegetables and some seasoning. Visualizing this can help you see just how doable it is to shift toward a more fiber-inclusive lifestyle. We've explored why fiber is so important, tackled misconceptions, and looked at both emotional and practical strategies to ensure you're getting what you need. Now let's bring everything together so you can move forward with confidence. It's clear that after the age of 70, fiber isn't just a nice to have. It's a cornerstone of a healthier digestive system, which in turn supports overall vitality and well-being. By challenging the belief that fiber is only for constipation, we open the door to understanding its deeper role in gut balance and how it can protect against more serious complications like diverticular disease. We also address the fear that high-fiber foods are too harsh for older digestive systems. When introduced gradually and prepared thoughtfully, these foods can be well-tolerated and beneficial, helping to maintain a healthy gut environment rather than irritating it. We also dove into the emotional side of digestion. Feeling embarrassed by digestive issues can make you withdraw from social activities and lose interest in some of life's simple joys. Yet by ensuring you get enough fiber, you can stabilize your gut function, which often translates to improved mood and a greater sense of control over daily life. It's not just about what happens in the bathroom. It's about feeling confident enough to travel, dine out with friends, or enjoy a family gathering without worry. And crucially, we dispelled the notion that fiber must be expensive or time-consuming. With budget-friendly staples like beans, oatmeal, and frozen vegetables, you can easily incorporate more fiber into your diet. Simple cooking methods, batch preparation, and mindful shopping are all ways to make a high-fiber lifestyle fit seamlessly into your current routine. Why the urgency, though? Because digestive problems can escalate quickly as we age, turning manageable issues into major hurdles that affect our independence and happiness. The sooner you take these insights to heart, the better your chance of avoiding complications that can lead to hospital visits, medical bills, or lengthy recovery times. Small changes made consistently can have a compounding positive effect on your health. Each fiber-rich meal is a step towards stronger gut health, enhanced energy, and the freedom to engage in the things you love without the distraction of digestive woes. If you're ready to take action, here's how you can begin. First, start by picking just one meal or snack a day to upgrade with a fiber-rich ingredient. Maybe oatmeal for breakfast instead of sugary cereal, or a bowl of lentil soup for lunch instead of a processed canned variety. Next, keep a simple journal for a week, noting how you feel physically and emotionally. If you need more personalized guidance, especially if you're managing conditions like diabetes or heart disease, consider having a conversation with a healthcare professional about how to safely increase your fiber intake. You could also share this information with friends or family members who might be facing similar challenges. Making dietary changes as part of a supportive community can often lead to better results and more accountability. Finally, if you find these tips helpful, you might reach out to a local senior center or community group to learn about cooking classes or meal sharing programs that focus on fiber-rich recipes. By spreading the word, you're not only helping yourself, but potentially improving the health and happiness of those around you. And remember, it's never too late to make a positive change. Every day offers a fresh chance to take control of your well-being, regardless of how old you are or what challenges you're facing. Take these steps with confidence. You've gained valuable information that can protect you from serious digestive trouble and enhance your quality of life. The power is in your hands, and small, steady improvements can pay off in both the short and long run. Embrace the journey toward better fiber intake as an opportunity to reclaim or maintain the vibrant, active lifestyle you deserve. You've come this far in life with wisdom and resilience. Now let fiber support you in feeling your best for the years ahead.